All right, we got it. All right. Hi, my name is Sam. We're going to be meeting for about 10 minutes today. My role is I'm doing this for class. I am currently a graduate student with the Master's in Social Work program at Metropolitan State University. I just want to let you know that before we begin talking about anything today, that I am a mandated reporter. So if you tell me anything about child abuse, neglect, elder abuse, or if you are feeling suicidal or homicidal, I do have to report those things to the proper professionals just to make sure that people get the help that they need.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about that?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Okay. So how would you like to use our session today?
I mean, I think I just need like a safe third party space kind of to like process some of the stuff that's going on for me right now.
Okay, what's going on for you?
So I am also in school, and so I'm working full time and I'm doing school full time, and I'm also trying to be like a normal human and like have friendships and relationships with people and like do other things other than just like sit at home and like read or like pay for my apartment and not be able to accomplish anything because I am just so anxious about all the things that I have to do that I'm always behind on. Sorry, I feel like that's a lot.
No,
just kind of like,
it sounds like you have a lot on your plate right now. Is that right?
Yeah, it definitely feels like it.
And you feel like that's
Sorry, Dahlia, now is not the time. I am in therapy. Sorry, my dog is very chatty and she's very tough.
Totally fine. Do you feel like all these things that are on your plate right now, it's bringing up some feelings of anxiety?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I feel like I can't really focus on stuff the way that I have sometimes been able to. I mean, my focus hasn't always been great, but like, I feel like now it takes a lot more to like settle and focus and like just accomplish things. Yeah, I always feel like I'm missing something too. Like I feel like just like always in the back of my mind, I feel like I'm always just like thinking about like, well, what didn't I turn in? Or like, is there something that I should be reading right now? Or like feeling guilty because I think sometimes I like prioritize like work over school or school over work, you know, like just finding a balance is really hard.
Yeah, I hear you on that. What have you done in the past that's kind of helped you find that balance with everything?
Honestly, right now, I feel like I haven't really found the magic kind of thing. Because I've never really been in this position before where I like actually care about the things that I'm doing, you know? Like, I feel like the first time I went through college, I like kind of like, I don't know, floated. And now I really care about like all of the things. I mean, I think that I have journaled before, and that's been really helpful. And I haven't been really journaling anymore. I haven't like been, hold on just 1 second. I'm so sorry. Is that so loud?
You're totally fine.
I'm sorry.
I'm used to doggies.
She just is very loud and I'm so sorry. Yeah, I feel like journaling has helped in the past and I haven't been doing that. Like exercise always helps me feel better, but I haven't been doing that. I don't know why when things get challenging, I like stop doing the things that I know help that, like help feel it less challenging. You know?
Gotcha. Do you think because you have so much going on, you don't feel like you have the time to do those things?
I think so, probably. Yeah.
How would you think that you can carve out that space for yourself?
I mean, I guess I could do better at like planning and kind of like making blocks of time to like sit down and do stuff, and like planning breaks as well, like in between doing things. Because I think, I don't know, it's just really hard to like make the space for things because I want to do, I don't know. I want to do the things, right? But I also like, I want to walk my dog when it's like bright outside, but then sometimes I get distracted because I'm like, oh, it's so nice out. Like we're going to go for like a long walk because it's beautiful. And then it's like 6 p.m. or 6:30 and I like still have to eat and feed her and like read a bunch and like maybe do some responses. So maybe like planning out a little bit better, like setting aside that time and like making a schedule that I can see, like not just in like my planner, which sometimes gets opened and sometimes doesn't. Or like maybe like setting reminders on my phone. That's actually probably a good idea. Set some reminders, like some things do.
Yeah.
Myself time.
It sounds like there's a lot of ways you've come up with to organize your time and be intentional about that. You talked about not exercising, but you know, simply going on a walk with your dog, like that totally has an impact too. And that's a strength that maybe you're not realizing right now, that like you are getting out and going on a walk, and that's a good amount of exercise for somebody who has all the things on their plate like you do right now.
Thank you. I really hadn't thought about that in that way. I guess sometimes it's easier to see it as like an obligation than like a good thing. Right. It is good to go breathe some fresh air every once in a while and not just do this over my computer.
Yeah. Fresh air works wonders. And vitamin D.
Right? It's crazy.
Plays a huge factor on mental health, I'd say. So we kind of talked about how having all this stuff on your plate has impacted you and your anxiety, and a little bit, you know, spending time with your dog. But how would you say being in grad school and working full time and all of that has impacted other people in your life right now?
I mean, I definitely like I'm not doing as well about like reaching out to the people that I you know, have relationships with and like love and care about. Like I'm not doing as good of a job being like a present friend or daughter, or, you know, partner, any of that. I could definitely do better at that. Could definitely be showing up a little bit better for the people in my life that I care about.
What feelings does that bring up for you?
I think guilt for sure. Because it feels like there's so many things to put like effort and love into, and there's just like not enough of me. So I feel guilty choosing like one person or thing or relationship or whatever over others. I think like a sense of maybe like a little bit of a sense of failure because I have worked hard to maintain nice relationships with people, and like have done a lot of work since, particularly like since getting sober, like on like bettering my relationships and like showing up for people and being like a better version of myself than I had been prior in those relationships. So I feel like a little bit like, am I gonna have to like rebuild this trust? Am I gonna have to like rebuild this relationship? Like, do these people even still care about me?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite season of life right now. Yeah.
So a couple of things. You said you've been feeling guilty, and that you're feeling like a failure for these people who are important in your life. Where is that coming from?
That's a good question. I think guilt is just like one of those emotions that I like really, I don't know when it started or where it started, but like it's one of those emotions that I just like to like stew in. Like not like is not the correct term for it, but it feels like comfy almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel very used to being guilty. And I think like, I don't know, it's just an easy kind of like, I know what this feels like. And not that it's a good feeling, but it's just like I don't know, like that's gross. That's not like, that's not good. But I feel really comfy in guilt, I guess. And I think a lot of that is like based on some decisions that I've made in the past and some of like my struggles and alcoholism and that stuff. And I think the failure part is probably that too. Like, I think a lot of 12-step programs, you have to like break yourself down before you can start feeling better. And I think some of that is probably left over from that. Some of it's probably like that good old Midwest religious society that loves to pour the guilt on sometimes.
So what I'm hearing from you is that you're used to those feelings, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so it's easy, even though you're doing great right now with balancing all of these things on your plate, it's easy to just kind of fall back into that pattern. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that feeling that way has also been causing maybe some of your anxiety?
Probably, yeah.
And what do you think would help address all of those things for you?
Well, I recently it was my friend's idea to like make a plan to hang out like every couple of weeks, like just every time we see each other, like look at our calendars and decide like the next time that we're free. And it doesn't have to be like a whole long thing, just like planning to get together every few weeks for an hour, couple hours. It doesn't have to be like a whole night shebang, but just like doing that, like carving out smaller times to check in and be present with each other and just spend time together, because that's been really missing from my balance, from my life. Yeah. It's hard to fill your cup if you're not being with people that fill your cup.
That sounds like a wonderful plan.